I don't know what things are going to be like next year, right? The economic impact is going to kick in at some point, right?
Welcome back, everyone. This is Danielle Hayden, team leader of the Keller Williams Ann Arbor office, and I am back today for our weekly update with our very special guest, Martin Bouma of the Bouma Group Realtors. Hi, Martin.
Hi, Danielle. How are you doing?
I'm doing really well this morning. Kind of nice to be in the office. I took a step back from being mom and teacher this morning and left them at home with the husband. So,
Yeah. Oh, good for you.
yeah. So,
So,
today I was kind of hoping we can talk about something that I think is a really relevant issue during the fall, going into the winter market. And especially this year, I think it's really important for us to talk to our sellers. So,
right,
Martin,
right.
what do you do right now when sellers tell you, I think I want to pull my house off the market, or I want to wait until the spring? What kind of conversation are we having?
Yeah. Yeah. Every fall, the discussion comes up about, even currently like active listings that want to take their homes off the market for the next 3, 4 months, or talking to sellers who, we meet with them and they say, we want to wait until the spring to put our house back on the market. And so what I share with them is, first of all, I talk about the dynamics of the market. I say, you guys, on average, 15% of the sales happen in the first quarter, 20% happen in the fourth quarter, and then the third and fourth quarter is about 32, 33% of the sales occur. That's that spring market, right? So we still have the fourth quarter where 40% or 20% of the sales occur. And so it's not a dead market like a lot of people think. The other part is inventory is usually historically low because a lot of people do pull their properties off the market, right? So the number of homes that you're competing with goes down significantly. And where that's powerful is when there's a lot of inventory, buyers can be very picky. They won't make compromises. The buyers that are looking in the winter, they a lot of times have to find something, and they don't have the luxury of being picky, right? And so when the inventory is that low, you have a much greater chance of attracting a buyer, especially in the upper price points where people tend to be pickier. And so those two factors together, I tell people it's, there are fewer buyers, but there's less competition. And the buyers that are looking, they're serious. They have to do something, they can't wait, right? It's not like someone who's moving up in the springtime and they have the whole summer to wait for the right house to come along, right? And so
I always like to tell people, look, buyers who are looking in December and January and February, they are not tire kickers. Like
no,
they're
no.
out there to look for a home.
Yeah, yeah. No, and I've had amazing, contrary to what a lot of people said, like last year, our December was record-breaking December. We had an amazing month, right? And, the year prior to that, our first quarter was absolutely amazing. So it depends a little bit on, the weather does play a factor into it. If the weather warms up or if it's not like tons of snow and all that kind of stuff, that spring market can sometimes start almost right after the new year. People are locked up, they're looking online and they start, hey, let's take a look at this property. All of a sudden things kick in.
Yeah, I think that's totally true. I have always moved between November and February. Every time I buy a house and move, actually this year is the exception. This year I moved in October. So that was 1 month early this year. But it's always been fall and winter for me. And as an agent, last year I sold $1.5 million in real estate sales in December.
Right, right.
Which was a huge month for me. And December is always a big month for me. So yeah, I totally agree with you. And in terms of the weather, I can remember we've had weekends in January where it's 50, 60 degrees.
Right.
And I've also had weekends where it's an ice storm and everyone cancels their showings, right?
Right.
But you have to be
Yeah.
prepared.
Yeah. And the one thing you want to remember, there's always people looking for the right property. So if a house comes on and it shows really well and it's priced right, guess what? There are always people looking, right? Especially the upper price points. There's a lot of people waiting for just that right house or whatever. And sometimes they actually enjoy buying in those things. They're not competing with a lot of other people on that property. So it's, I would definitely share those facts with the seller.
100%. Martin, I've got one more question for you. And this is coming out of the fact that this year maybe is a little bit different than years in the past. When we talk about, the fact that it's an election year and we've got COVID and we don't know where we'll be with this, how is that affecting your conversation with sellers who are saying they want to wait for the spring or wait and see what happens?
Well, we also have that discussion, right? Like right now, the market's doing really well. Interest rates are low. I don't know what things are going to be like next year, right? If it is very uncertain. And so that's another reason. I have some sellers saying, I want to get on the market now because there's great concern about what's going to happen next year, right? If the COVID-19 doesn't get under control and we continue to, we don't have complete shutdown, but there's a lot of industries that are really suffering right now. The economic impact is going to kick in at some point, right? The first part of the shutdown or of the pandemic with service workers, and those are people making, on the lower wage level as far as incomes, and they did not affect our market that much, right? But now we're seeing, vice presidents of companies being laid off. Delta Airlines laying off thousands of people. The university laid off people, right? They put a hiring freeze on. So now the higher income people are getting affected by this pandemic, and that's going to, I think, affect our market at some point. What has saved us so far is the low inventory, and we still do have a very stable job market in Ann Arbor. We're very lucky that way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And one of the things I've been telling folks basically since COVID hit is, look, inventory's low, prices are high, interest rates are low. You're in a sweet spot right now. You're in a spot where you can safely retrieve your nest egg and reinvest it at a rate you're never going to get again. Honest to Pete, this is the moment. This is the opportunity. And yeah, maybe we'll have this opportunity in 5 months. Maybe we won't.
Right. Yeah, that's, a lot depends on what we do as a nation as far as, fighting this virus, right? If it gets out of control, who knows what's going to happen, right? And that's the unknown. That's the unknown.
Absolutely. Martin, how can folks get a hold of you if they want more information on either buying or selling their home, or anything that we talked about in this video?
Yeah, no, if anybody, I'm always happy to talk with people about the market, especially their particular market niche, because keep in mind, every niche has a different story. They can email me at bouma@bouma.com, and that's BOUMA @bouma.com.
All right. Thanks so much, Martin. We hope you guys are all happy and safe and well out there. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy this little bit of sunshine we have right now. I hear but it's 73 degrees. We'll take it.
It's 73?
It's going to be today. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, I'll take that. I think it's gonna be the last day of the year.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That's a good point, Martin. I think I'm going to end the workday now.
Excellent.
All right.
Thanks a lot, Danielle.
Yeah. Have a great morning, everyone. Bye.